You're so goddamn precious when you...
Berserk! First appearing as a manga printed in Young Animal in the late 80s, this series has single-handedly continued to set the bar for the dark fantasy genre. Often imitated and never duplicated, the continuing struggles of Guts, the Black Swordsman, and company has enthralled readers for 3 decades, and damn, it's one of my favourites. As well as half of the video game industries. Hey, From Software, that looks awfully familiar. And Square Enix, I swear I've seen these two before. And, is that a sly reference early on in Doom Eternal? And it's not just video games. Just about every form of media has been inspired by Berserk and its author/artist Kentaro Miura. Everything from manga and anime series to novels to Western comics, television shows and movies. And before somebody dumps the "is that a Berserk reference?" copy pasta in the comments, cause like, yeah, no shit. What's surprising is that outside of the manga, Berserk has never really had a solid adaptation. Okay, well that's not entirely fair. The 1997 anime is okay, it's just a tad, short, since it ends at one of the most pivotal plot points. Through no fault of its own mind, it's just that the manga wasn't that far in when the series was commissioned. However, the less said about the 2016 series, the better. In terms of video games, Berserk has had several, and today we're going to be looking at the first, the Sega Dreamcast exclusive Sword of the Berserk Guts Rage. Because of course, I couldn't bloody resist the urge to play another obscure Dreamcast game. I have a problem, and I don't care. It probably goes without saying, but the rest of this review will feature Berserk spoilers. If you're okay with that, great, keep watching. But if you aren't, well, go read up. It's a banger, I promise. Then come back please, Daddy needs the watch time. Right, so this game is set between chapters 182 and 190. Past the horrors of the eclipse and Griffith's betrayal, but about 30ish chapters before the Berserker armor comes into play. For those of you who prefer to keep track of the Berserk timeline by the misanthropic horrors, we are after the possessed horse, but before the trolls. Not the trolls. Guts and the hollow potato shell of Casca are en route to Alfheim, but Farnese, Serpico, and Isidro haven't quite regrouped yet. Stumbling upon a travelling performer, Rita and Joz? I don't know, it doesn't matter. After stumbling upon these guys being ambushed by bandits after their wagon's wheel falls off, Guts, Casca, and Puck intervene. It's here where you get both the game's presentation style and swordplay demonstrated front and center. See, this was written by the man Miura himself, and is laid out in a similar fashion to a volume of the manga. You have characters introduced, interacting and pushing the plot further in very impressive, for the time, albeit rather long cutscenes, with combat featuring both hack and slash swordplay as well as hand-to-hand melee. It's kind of bizarre how ahead of its time this game is. It was released in Japan in late 1999, and then a few months into 2000 in the West. Yet the long, drawn-out cutscenes are like something out of a modern game, if I'm completely honest. And the combat is quite literally lifted out, or should I say, was lifted out and placed into the character action genre. Like, this reminds me an awful lot of Devil May Cry's combat, and Capcom wouldn't debut that series for 2 whole years. Seriously, I can't quite gush enough over how good the game's controls are. Swinging the Dragon Slayer feels natural, weighty, and powerful, while hand-to-hand feels more reflexive and speedy. Which is good because, yes, collision physics are in play, and in narrow areas, Guts cannot swing that massive slab of iron about. You've even got the built-in crossbow on Guts' mechanical arm, plus several items at your disposal to help you out, which can be accessed quickly by pressing down the right trigger and then the corresponding button. X uses elf dust to heal Guts and can be used even when knocked down, which is great in later stages and in the boss fights. Y uses the all-powerful arm cannon, which obliterates just about anything in its path, and B throws out those weird little bomb seed things that Isidro loves so much. Those aren't quite as useful, but they can be good to disperse a crowd. Plus, when you've killed enough enemies, Guts activates a rage mode type mechanic, where the screen goes red, he ignores all hit stun and becomes a killing machine. Overall, it's simplistic, but incredibly satisfying. The cutscenes carry the story, and look, they're well made, it's just, they're not quite right. Like I said, the plot starts with Guts, Casca, and Puck encountering the down on her luck Rita, and, well, the voice acting is pretty solid for the time, but it does feel off for one incredibly personal nitpick. Why do characters in a world based on medieval Europe have American accents?
You're gonna die for that, you dirty punk!
I'm not a bug, I'm an elf. An elf, damn it! Haven't you ever seen an elf? I'm the adorable Puck.
Now don't be mad. I'm in the same position as you after all.
Huh?
Like I said, it's a nitpick. That aside, the cast is actually very impressive. It's a little bit of a who's who in voice acting at the time. Guts is played by Michael Bell, who is probably best known for the Fear in Metal Gear Solid 3. Casca is played by BJ Ward, aka the literal voice of Epcot. Rita is played by Paula Tizo, who also did Sylvia in No More Heroes. Man, I could go on for a bit here, but we've got a plot to move on. Convinced by Puck, voiced by VA royalty Cam Clark, to follow Rita into town and see her travelling show, Guts and Casca wander in, and yeah, anyone familiar with the series probably knows what's about to happen next. Also, the opening credit roll is set to Forces. Nice touch. The more I think about it, the more I realise every town that Guts visits must look at him like that cicada meme that circled a few months back. You know the one, it had a cycle, and the cycle's like, Guts shows up, demons appear, Guts slays the demons and saves the townspeople, refuses to elaborate, leaves. Shit, did I just boil down Berserk? The show goes well until it's revealed that Rita's strongman is possessed by the Mandragora, a demon plant, which expectedly goes down like a lead balloon. After the possessed performer transforms into an eldritch horror in retaliation to the townspeople trying to stone him, Guts intervenes for the first boss fight of the game. It's a solid start, albeit an easy one since, you can kill the monster very quickly with the arm cannon. After the fight, the town's magistrate, Baron, wait, what did he say his name was?
Baron Balzac is here for an inspection.
I am not making this up. So it's spelt like this, but my ape brain is hearing this. Did the localization team not think to change that? I get that it's a nod to a French playwright, but Susan, don't hurt me. I'm a wee boy. Yeah, Baron Balzac here, voiced by veteran actor Earl Bowen, lures Guts back to his castle with the promise of a reward for killing the monster, promise of work, but also teasing that he might be able to help restore Casca's mind. And from here it goes off the rails in the typical Miura style. Balzac explains that the town is under attack from a Mandragora plant, and that it can be used to heal just about anything in the host, but only while the sapling is alive. To make a serum to heal without the side effects, Balzac needs the mother plant's heart. And that's where Guts comes in. Seems simple enough. Get to it. Naturally though, this doesn't go as expected when the villagers rise up against the Baron and attack, kidnapping Casca in the process. The plot is surprisingly extensive, albeit carried very heavily by these cutscenes. Now, I don't want to dwell on them too much because this is first and foremost a game, even if it does blur the line to near Kojima levels. Seriously, we've only fought a handful of baddies, and yet we've been stuck in cutscenes for 20 minutes. Keep in mind, we've been playing for half an hour, so that's 2/3 of the game time in cutscenes. Getting to the meat and potatoes, Guts fights his way across town to the rebels, who reveal to him that Balzac has been kidnapping them and experimenting on the villagers. They took Casca by accident, but kept her safe because they also freed Rita, imprisoned after her partner turned out to be a big nasty. Oh, right, since Shirk isn't in the picture yet, there aren't any seals on Guts and Casca's brands, which leads to this great combat scene at the bottom of the rebels' headquarters when night falls. 20 more minutes of cutscene reveals that the rebel leader's baby is infected with Mandragora, and also that Rita is as good a babysitter as she is a strongman recruiter when, under her care, Casca gets kidnapped again, while Guts goes to get the heart in hopes that the healing serum can be synthesized. Is this a lot of information very quickly? This feels like a lot of information very quickly. To skim a bit, after a fun trek through the forest with dogs, bears, and whatever these are, the gang arrive at the Mandragora village to find that the plants infected are, well, they're surprisingly docile until Numbnuts commits Not Alive by wrenching one out of the ground and causing a bloody scene. I'm no expert on the matter, but if the Darwin Awards exist in the Berserk universe, this guy just made the shortlist. Out comes the village nun who ends the fighting, and Guts obliges, despite the brand telling him otherwise. Finally, Rita catches up and delivers the news of the kidnapping and that Balzac will release Casca in exchange for the heart. Forced to act, Guts demands access to the tree, and through some very good artwork, the nun tells a story of an orphan boy who died in the winter and No, take that thing away! Do not offer me that egg in this trying time! That, dear viewer, is a Baelit, a sacrifice stone. In exchange for demonic powers, you must sacrifice a person or a group of people that you love. Think that terrible movie The Box, but not written by a bunch of raccoons scratching on the paper with fish bones. Little trash panda writing. Okay, B-plot time. While this is all going on, the commotion has alerted Nosferatu Zod, who inadvertently frees Casca. Well, I say freeze, but can you really free a potato? It just, kind of rolls around the pantry. Or in this case, the castle, which leads us to another girl tucked away in the keep. This one clearly important to Balzac, and in a similar mental state to Casca. Flashback to the forest and, oh yeah, that's a demon boy inside the plant. Oh, and the nun's a demon too? Oh, great. Well, okay, boss fight time. After a QuickTime event, no, really, this game has QuickTime events. And they're very much presented like the ones in Resident Evil 4. Yet again, this game continues to impress me with how ahead of its time it was. The boss fight is a little, You attack one arm until it stops moving, then you do the next, and then you go to the center. It's not really a bother in the slightest. It is quite visually impressive though, with eyes in the leaves and lots of weird movements. Before the decisive blow can be swung, the nun saves what's left of the boy, runs outside with him, and, well, colour me not surprised in the least. Balzac's men have turned up, killed all the villagers, double-crossed Guts, and yeah, we know how this one goes. Instead of going out to the battle, the nun opts for the this is fine option, but Rita, do not pick that up! Oh, god damn it, she's got the Baelit. Yeah, this isn't going well. Guts is heavily outnumbered, Balzac's men are using the Mandragora to become demon super soldiers. How could this get any worse? Well, shit. I just had to ask.
It appears I was somewhat late for the show.
Do you maybe want to clear your throat and try that again? No? Okay. Well, the gist of it is that Zod wants to fight again since their last encounter on the Hill of Swords was cut short. Please, I'm begging you, and I'm aware I sound like the JoJo people, read the manga. This fight is epic. It's a clash of monster versus man, and yeah, it's fan service. Yeah, it's pandering, but yeah, I totally dig it. Defeated, Zod flies away as what's left of the previously possessed villagers come to. Whoops! All bodies! What follows is a lot, and I mean a lot, of combat. So for the sake of time, we're going to skip ahead to the finale, in which Balzac has recaptured Casca. Balzac, running out of options, confesses that he has been using the Mandragora for years on his wife, who is mentally shell-shocked. Yeah, the woman from earlier was his wife. A side effect of the plant was that she remained young, but her mind never recovered from Balzac's turn from fair and just ruler of the land to a tyrant. Drinking the Mandragoran serum from, plot twist, the other plant he's been keeping a secret, he turns into a monster, and we have the first of our 3 boss finale. He's not too hard, very readable and straightforward, but he still hits like a goddamn truck, so watch out. While Balzac lays dying on the floor, Guts makes a vow to save Casca from the other plant thing, and as they leave, Rita drops, oh, god damn it, foreshadowing and a half right here. What's next is the only part of the game that I would objectively call awful. With the second Mandragora going absolutely wild, Guts has to dodge through roots breaking apart the castle, and what follows is a really frustrating run-turned platforming section. The issue is partly that this game really wasn't made with platforming in mind, but it's mainly from the fact that just touching one of these roots is an instant death. You've got to keep moving, otherwise one pops out and goddammit, dead! And dead! And dead again! And dead again! Even though you have a limited number of lives in this game, you do get unlimited continues. The penalty being that you start at the beginning of the chapter and not on the exact level. So if you were to die on these roots, you would start again at that Balzac fight. So, be prepared to fight him a couple of times. Christ alive, I'm through! I'm at the plan, and... Okay, so it took me a second to work out the pattern here, and the first time I thought I had a strategy down using ranged attacks. While it was a good idea in principle, it just took way too long, and honestly, swinging that giant sword around proved significantly more effective and faster. Sometimes, the simplest answer really is the best answer. With the beast slain, Guts saves Casca from inside the bulb, and miraculously, she regains her sanity after being exposed to the Mandragora. But heartbreakingly, she reverts just after a few seconds. Then, back in the throne room, oh no, here we goddamn go. Final boss. Sacrificing his wife, Balzac becomes an apostle, merging reality with hell, and good grief of Greece, what the fuck is that? Jesus wept, that looks like something out of Joseph Mengele's fantasies. The good news is that the bastard goes down really easily, but good lord, that right there will be what I talk to my therapist about. By it goes down easy, I really do mean it goes down easy. Despite this being the final boss, it's actually incredibly straightforward, and it only took me the one attempt to defeat it. With Balzac and the plant slain, the townspeople find themselves free from the curse, but sadly lawless. Voting to leave and continue their journey, Guts and Casca separate from Rita, resuming their journey to Elfheim. Roll credits. Now I know, Marvel has ruined an entire generation of cinema patrons by having them expect something after the credits. However, this time we're going to stick around for a little teeny tiny nugget of fan service. Hours have passed and Balzac's throne room lies in disarray. Suddenly, breaking the silence, enters... Goddamn, is that the Skull Knight? Oh lord, we know what's next. Overall, this is a very good game, with a few glaring flaws. Firstly, the cutscenes take an absolute age. Sure, the production values are amazing and the voice talent is top notch, but 20 minutes of exposition a good hack and slash does not make. And I suspect that this was, as stated earlier, written by Miura in the same style as the manga. That makes a ton of sense for that format, but it doesn't really vibe well here, given the fact that the game is only about 2.5 hours long. Oh yeah, this bad boy is short, like really short. And given that about an hour of change of the game was cutscene, only about, 90 minutes or an hour and a half are actually gameplay. The other thing is that if you knew nothing of Berserk and came into this blind, you would be absolutely lost. Sure, there's a glossary accessible from the start in the extras menu, but it's written in an incredibly unhelpful way. As a fan, yeah, I can drop right in and have a blast, but I would not recommend this to a newcomer at all. Finally, we get to something which is completely out of this game's control. Sadly, on May the 6th, 2021, Kentaro Miura died at the age of 54. Now, before his death, this game was already one of the harder Dreamcast games to come by, usually going for anything between $30 to $50 on eBay. Frustratingly, since then, opportunistic scalpers have been selling this game back and forth between each other multiple times a day on the same handful of accounts to drive up the price, capitalizing on the author's untimely death. And it's not just this game too, it's the same with the PS4 Band of the Hawk game, which I will happily point out is available digitally on the PlayStation Store. I know this is sudden and quite a serious topic change here, but if you're doing this, get a goddamn grip on reality. Are you seriously out there trying to make a few quick bucks because someone died? What is actually wrong with you? Like, unironically, I am actually angry. Just wait till the price normalizes again. The good news is that it is going back down, but on average it is still selling for around $100 complete. And the deal is, honestly, if you're a Berserk fan, I totally recommend it as a way to fill the void for a story that may never actually get an ending. Or if you've got a really, really long boat ride and you need to pass the time. Good night! Hi there, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, please subscribe. Also, go subscribe to the Insert Title Here podcast. My co-host, Xander, did the opening song for this little review video of mine. Also, Devon's there. Devon kind of smells.